Hello friends. Uh, Today I am going to discuss about task 6 of the TSF internship, which is prediction using decision tree algorithm. So the data set given to us is IRIS data set with a few modifications from the original UCL data set. So I'm going to go through the complete code along with the classified tree visualization. So the first step which we do is to import the essential Python libraries for analysis, which is pandas and numpy, and then we import the data set which is from the given link in the TSF task list. So I have downloaded that particular CSV file and stored it in C users, and I read the CSV using pd.read_CSV. The next thing I do is just check on the data which is given. So I use the dot head method, and I find it has got for all these columns in it, the IDs, sepal length in centimeters, sepal width, petal length, and petal width, along with the species. So in this task, what we have to do is to determine which species a particular flower is, or which kind of iris a particular flower is, based on these predictors. So the sepal length, sepal and petal length, sepal width and petal width are the predictors, and the dependent variable species. So now by using the info method, we can get a brief description of what are the different predictors, and what are the different columns, the if all those things are non-null, and what is the data type. So if it has got some null values, we'll be using some imputation methods to fill in the missing values, but here we have a very clean data. So we, except for what I did here is to remove the ID column, because the ID column has got just the number of or it's just a reference to each and every row, so that will not be of great help in the analysis. So I remove the ID column, I drop the ID column. Next I did a simple analysis, a simple exploratory data analysis of the data to check the overall data integrity. So which means, like, if there are any outliers present, or any weird values present. So the first one, I always try doing this scatter plot with the species or the dependent variable. So with sepal length centimeters and species, we find that the data, the values are limited here. So Iris setosa has got only values in the first part, whereas Iris versicolor is covering from the values 5 to 7, and Virginica is covering values from 5.5 to 8, except for of just one outlier present. Similarly, all the visualizations show that the three species of iris are totally different clusters. So it is not overlapping in any way. So in petal length, it is the same way, it is all separated very well. And then in the case of sepal width, also it is all split, except for a bit of an overlap in this part between 3 and 3.5. And finally the petal width, this is also like not very overlapping. So this proves that we can do a very good analysis, much more accurate analysis, accurate model for analyzing the data. So what we do as the next step is to uh, begin splitting the data into training and test data. So for that we use train test split here. And the first step which we should always do, is to split. I mean, is to take the dependent variable separately as a y variable, and all the predictors should be collected in the x variable. So that is what I have done here, which is x is equal to iris of all the predictors, and y is containing only the species. Now we do the train test split. So x, we have the training set and the test set defined here. X train and y train contain the training set, and x test and y test is going to contain the test set. So test set, by test set I mean, what I mean here is, it is going to have the validated validation data set. In a test set, the difference between test set and validation set is that in test set we will not be having any values of y. We don't know what is the value of y, or the, in this case, the values of the species. So we will only be having the predictor values. We will not be having uh, the y variable values. In the case of validation set, what we do is we know the or we store the y values or the species values separately as y underscore test, but we will not be using it in any place. We will be using that particular y underscore test, the actual values, for comparing our prediction values. Another value to look after is the stratify parameter here in train test split. So when we see the input data given to us, we find that all the species iris of iris setosa contains the first 40 values or first 50 values, and then comes the iris versicolor, and then the iris virginica. So this means that the data is imbalanced in this case. So when we do the train test split, it has to be a very balanced data set. Only then the split will work fine. So we are stratifying the variable y, or the species variable, so that the imbalance of the data is all covered. So now we check the shapes, and we find the shapes are all correct. The shape of all the training and test set is correct. Uh, Now we're building the model using decision tree classifier. In the decision tree classifier, we fit the CLF, the value, I mean the model, with the training data set, X train and Y train, and we try to visualize it using plot underscore tree method, and we get the visualization of the decision tree. So this is the decision tree used for by the model to classify the data set. And to get a better picture, I have this in the other place. Okay. So the next thing we do is to find the predicted values. So once the predicted values are obtained, we'll be able to do the evaluation procedure as well. So this is the visualized classification tree. So we move on to the evaluation matrix. So we're predicting it using the model.predict method, and then we find all the predicted values here. This is the list of predicted values for the validation set. Now to get the to find the model accuracy, or how well our model has performed, we are using classification report, where it gives all the main metrics, which is the precision, recall, and F1 score. So all these metrics are calculated by using a confusion matrix. So to find out the confusion matrix, we have this is a multi-label data set of three different values. So the first confusion matrix is for iris setosa, the second is for iris versicolor, and third is for iris virginica. So we find iris setosa has got 100% accuracy based on the model. So the precision recall and F1 score is 1, whereas in versicolor the recall and F1 score values have reduced. Similarly in virginica, precision and F1 score values are a bit lesser. The overall accuracy is 97%. And the other metrics which I've used is the cross validation method. And this is the K-fold cross validation method, in which the whole data set is split into K folds or K parts, and one part is used for as a test part, and all the remaining parts are being used as, or K minus 1 parts are used as the training data. So this process is repeated 10 times, or the K times, so that the whole data set has a chance to be in both training data as well as in test data. So when I did the K fold of 10, I mean the K equals 10 in my case, the CV equals 10, and had an accuracy of, for each and every run, for about 5 times the accuracy was 91.6, for 4 times it was 100% accuracy, and one time it was 83.3% accurate. Hence the model seems to be a very efficient model, and we will be able to classify the iris dataset with the given predictors very accurately. Thank you.